Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today's reading is The Best Is Yet to Come. So we're looking at what good things are coming up for you, what things you don't see coming, and are the best that is available. So we have three options to choose from today. On the cover image, you saw these three cupcakes. We have the sort of lilac cupcake with the yellow flower on top. With group number one, pile number one here, we have the white cupcake or the white icing with the pink flower for group number two or pile number two. And the third is the pink cupcake with the little butterscotch drop on top for group number three, pile number three. So make your selection. Use the timestamps linked in the description box to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings, and we will see you there. All right, hi group number one. If you chose the little lilac or purple cupcake with this flower, this is going to be your reading. Actually, I'm just going to put this right here. So let's take a look at what is the best that is yet to come for you. So you have Beyond Fear. I feel like excitement and I just heard passing your limits or surpassing your limits. I feel like the best that is yet to come is really new adventure and excitement. I'm feeling like adrenaline boosts or your adrenaline rushing in like a good way, trying things you've never done before and seeing where they lead you. I feel like you are following your heart in a way into the unknown and kind of exploring new realms or new territories of experience. And I feel like that's really what you haven't tried yet. It's things you haven't done yet, and it's really, really going to be enjoyable for you. So there's a lot to look forward to here. Definitely moving beyond any fear or sense of limitation or self-constriction. I feel like you're really just going to say, I want to do this, so screw it, I'm going to do it. You know, that's been coming up a lot in the main channel readings. Screw it and just do it. And then we have blessed. Look at that. The best is definitely yet to come. You are blessed, group number one. I really feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunity here for you to surpass your previous limits, is what they just said, surpass your limits. So things are going to really look up for you. And if you have been waiting for something good to happen, I can see that that is coming about because you are blessed. I want to find out more information though. You have change. The changes that you're going through are positive. So positive changes that are blessing you with new adventurous experiences that are going to release happy chemicals in the brain, adrenaline in the body, and you're going to feel really excited. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's almost like being at like a theme park and riding a ride, you know, it's like this excitement and fun, but in a safe and controlled environment. A little bit different than skydiving. I mean, yes, it's still fairly safe and controlled, but there's a little bit more risk involved in that particular example. So I feel like you're going to actually be more so experiencing things that are really fun and exciting, but still safe and a little bit predictable in that sense. Okay. And then you have romance. Okay, so the best is yet to come could be relating to romance and love. You could be having a really profound breakthrough in your existing relationship if you are partnered, coupled, married, etc., or in connection to someone already. I feel like there's going to be a major breakthrough where there's positive changes for you and your relationship with this person. And as a result, you feel very blessed to be with this individual. Your connection really deepens and you're able to actually have fun together. Like I said, in a structured way, but that's completely different than what you would normally do. Like if you're used to going out on date night and that is just kind of humdrum after, let's say, like months or years of doing that same thing, you get into a rut a little bit. I feel like the best that you are not experiencing yet, but that is to come, is really breaking free from that rut. It's like there's going to be some very welcome change that comes in and gets you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but not enough that it's scary. It's like fun, exciting. And you have bear, strength and resourceful. And by the way, if you guys are single, the main example that came up from Spirit was for couples. So I think most of you in this group are going to be already in couples. But if you do happen to be single, they're saying that romance could be something good that is coming in the future for you, or that is yet to come. And it's going to really change your life in a positive way. And it's going to kind of test you a little bit if you're single. Like for those of you, I feel like there's like 10 to 15% of you in this group that are single. And if I'm speaking to you right now, I feel like the romance, it's going to be a major blessing for you, but it's going to require you to change something and face some fears. And that's why there's like a need to be strong and resourceful here, so that you can look at those fears in the face and not back away. You know, it's like punch the bear. Don't punch the bear, but you know, it's that idea of facing the fears rather than running away from them, and being able to face them allows you to overcome them and to benefit from that positive change. And then in general, for all of you, I see that this strength that you've developed over the course of not having things be necessarily quote unquote perfect in your life is actually helping you to have the endurance, the faith, and the tenacity to make some necessary changes in your life to bring about these blessings and this sweetness and these really beautiful things that the universe has in store for you, or that you, I should say, are creating for yourself, because you are the universe. You are the creator of your life. And by stepping a little out of your comfort zone and moving beyond the fear through strength and resourcefulness, you're able to really create a lot of positive change for yourself. And it's going to be beautiful. And there's going to be a lot of blessings there. Now, let's see. Where does Spirit want me to go from here? Charms? Charms. Okay, we're going to get charms. So let's take a look. Group number 1. What other blessings are coming for group number 1 that they don't see? Oops. And that are really the best that they've ever had. Okay. Oh, there's one that got stuck to my finger. Let's see what that is. Oh, it's a little happy cloud. It's so cute. So I feel like I want to put that here on strength and resourceful. So I feel like you guys are going to really have an optimistic outlook, and that's what's going to help you to have strength. Now, we've got this little boba, like pink boba with the straw, and I want to put this on change for some reason. Yeah. It's like changing the recipe. You're changing the recipe, and then as a result, you're getting sweetness in your life. And little extra added benefits that you didn't expect. I feel like those little boba balls at the bottom are like a little extra treat, and it helps to make the drink something different, right? It's not really a drink, it's not really a food, it's kind of both. And that's what I'm seeing, is like you're changing up the recipe and you're getting something different than you've ever had before. And it's the best. And it's not something you've experienced because you just haven't really considered trying that before. And that's what that's what creates the opportunity to have these really exciting experiences, because you're moving beyond any kind of confinement or self-limitation that fear or other things or other pitfalls may have presented to you. And it's through this optimistic, resourceful mindset that you're like, let me try something, let me adapt, let me explore and expand my tastes, my preferences, my habits, my the way that I love and am loved by others, what I do on a daily basis, my habits, routines, like hobbies and stuff like that. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of new things that you're trying. That's really what I'm seeing here. Now we do have the Eye of Horus as well, the golden Eye of Horus, no less. So this is really like you're seeing something clearly for the first time in a long time, if ever. And I want to put it here on Beyond Fear. So I feel like you're moving beyond the fear by seeing something that you didn't see before. It's like an awakening, right? It's an awakening that you're having, a realization or an epiphany of some kind that kind of leads you to this conclusion of, oh, I understand what I was doing before and what I want now is different. So I'm going to behave differently to get that or to create that in my life. And we have this little starfish. Now, usually the starfish for me represent attachment or regeneration. But for you guys, I'm seeing this as a blessing. It did come out near or on the blessed card, and she's got like this sort of shell-like mermaid fairy vibe. And we've also got the shell here as well. I can't pick that up, so I'll just leave it there. But there's like this ocean theme right here on blessed. So you may be blessed by taking a trip. That could be something that's upcoming that's going to be really fabulous. And it could be a cruise or a trip on the ocean or overseas. Yeah, because we do have the airplane here flying really up high. So yeah, you could be traveling intercontinentally is what I just heard in my head. Intercontinentally. I've never used that word. So, and you could even be meeting someone that you've never met before on a different continent. Or overseas, or on whatever this vacation is, if it is a vacation. And if you're traveling with a partner, that could be the location in which your romance is sparked anew or deepens in some way, because you're having a new environment, new experiences. You're kind of like seeing a different side of your partner that you wouldn't see in your normal routine or daily life. And it's this change that really sparks a lot of new connection and new growth. And if you're single, like I said, then you're meeting somebody there, and it's going to be like the romance of a lifetime is what Spirit just said. Yeah, it's going to be a whirlwind romance, but it's the romance of a lifetime. And that is really the best that is yet to come. And you don't see this yet because I don't think you've made necessarily the massive changes or committed to doing things differently in this way just yet. You may still be a little attached to the routine or the rut that you're in, but there's going to be a catalyst, is what they just showed me in my mind. There's going to be a catalyst, something that spurs this awakening, and you're like, okay, I need to do this. I need to try this. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to do this thing. And it's having the strength to move outside of your comfort zone and beyond that fear. That's boom, blessings just start popping off left, right, and center, because you've initiated change. You've done something different. And when you do something different, you get something different. And having the optimistic mindset is really what's kind of setting the tone for these things to be very good, because your expectation, not that your expectation is high, because sometimes that can lead to disappointment. It's more so that you don't really have an expectation. You're just making this change because you feel like you need to. And so it's almost like, it almost feels like like out of desperation or as a last ditch effort. You're like, well, I might as well try doing this because I've tried everything else. And it really does come with some beautiful outcomes and blessings, because first of all, there's not a lot of distorted expectations around it, but also because you're just kind of throwing caution to the wind in a way, not recklessly, but just enough to get yourself out of a comfort zone that you've been in for a while. And it's through that change that these things and blessings come in. Okay, so what about timing? Let's get some clarifiers from the tarot. Haven't used this deck in a while, actually. Let me just quickly shuffle it because it has been a minute. Oh, okay. It's been a minute since I've used these cards. This is the Rainbow Tarot, and they don't want to shuffle the other way. Why is that? There we go. Okay. So, group number 1, let's get some timing here if we can from the tarot. So, for group 1, what is the timing on this thing that is yet to come that is going to be the best? We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Cups. Okay. So, Knight of Pentacles is a fairly slow moving energy. So it does take kind of time and consistency, repetition to really see the Knight of Pentacles changes come into play. So it's about planning, prepping, going slowly and methodically to see some kind of a change here. So even though the outcome of that change that you're initiating is going to be really like bold and new and abrupt, the process of making these changes might be a little bit slow going. But that being said, we also have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is the beginning of a cycle. So I do see that this change happens quickly once it's underway, right? It's kind of like maybe it takes a while for you to build up the courage to book that trip or to go on a date or to change your circumstances in some way, or to adapt and accept the changing circumstances that are happening for you. I was going to say to you, but no, it's for you because it's happening for a positive reason. But then once it does, it's kind of like that penny drops and it unfolds really quickly. Like it's not going to take the amount of time that it took to build up once it crescendos, it's kind of like this blessing, whatever it happens to be for you, it happens fast once things are set in motion. So it's kind of like as soon as you book that trip or you set that idea into concrete form or you do the thing, everything really shifts quickly from there. So I think it might take weeks or months to see things unfold, but it's not going to take long once they do. So like, let's say, for example, your daily routine is pretty standard, right? Like you get up, you get ready, you go to work, you go home, clean up, make dinner, maybe talk to your family or hang out with a friend or call a friend or something like that. And then you just do that over again. Your day doesn't have to look like that. This is just an example. But let's say that that's the routine and you do that pretty consistently, 5 to 7 days a week, and nothing really shifts or changes majorly. It's kind of just that for a while, months of that. And then all of a sudden, something happens, whether it's an opportunity that's presented to you or a change that's initiated from the outside, or you just say, I'm in a rut, I need to do something. And let's say on a whim, you're like, I'm going to book a trip. And you do. It's from that moment that you hit order or pay or submit, or the moment that you just make the decision in your mind to take action and then you like follow it up with actual practical steps. That's when I see the universe going to work and everything starts changing, and that best that is yet to come starts unfolding for you quite quickly. And then it's like after months of doing the same thing over and over and over again, next week you're going to Boca. I don't know why that just came into my mind. Maybe you are. I don't know. Something like that, right? And it's all of a sudden, whoa, wow, this is happening so quickly that you don't even have time to really look forward to it or build it up in your mind. It's just like 1 minute you're at work and the next minute you're on an island somewhere or something like that. And that's the kind of vibe I get. Like it's very abrupt once it happens, but because it's abrupt, it's very jarring and it gets you out of your comfort zone in this positive way and gets you to shift and adapt and change. And it's cultivating a lot of, I want to say, like expansion in you, because you're not staying in your shell anymore. It's like it really kind of puts you out of your comfort zone. It's kind of giving me like that Stella gets her groove back vibe. And yeah, I would say watch that movie because I feel like that's very much the theme that I'm picking up on energetically from your reading group number 1. So yeah, that's what I see for you in regard to what is yet to come that is really the best. And you're going to love it. It's going to shift your life in a very positive way. And yeah, you're blessed. You are blessed, group number 1. So embrace any changes that you feel called to make or that happen in your life and see them as opportunities to shift your reality and to experience more joy, more excitement, and more romance. So I'm wishing you all of the best, group number 1. I hope that this reading helped or supported you in some way or gave you some insight. Let me know how it resonates or how it unfolds in the comments below. And thank you so much for you guys' support of my work here. If you guys want to dive deeper, I do have additional content on the members side of the channel. We have members only pick a card readings and weekly guidance. We have live streams once a month where you guys can ask me questions in the chat. It's a members only chat. And I'm going to be coming out with new content on the Soul Family tier of the memberships, which is like more personal information about my spiritual experiences, teachings, tips, and things like that. So if you guys are interested, hit that join button below. If you don't see it, you need to go through either a web browser instead of the YouTube app or a desktop computer instead of a phone to see the option there to join. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, I am taking clients right now for personal readings. So if there is a spot available, you can book in either for an intuitive tarot and oracle reading or soul scan and energy healing session with me. It's like a psychic reading / energy healing. So the information, pricing, and booking details can all be found through my website, which is linked in the description box below. It's tarotandbeyond.com. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you and appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. If you guys chose the white and pink cupcake, then this is going to be your reading. What is the best that is yet to come? So let's take a look. You have magic. Ooh. And the person here reminds me of Elsa, and the mirror reminds me of the mirror from Snow White. So I feel like this is like Disney magic, you know, something really fairy tale-esque is going to be happening in your life. Ooh, that is definitely something to look forward to. Let's keep going. Truth be told. Okay, and the mask is really standing out to me. The golden mask and the mirror. The mask and the mirror make me think of like your mask is coming off or your reflection is changing. I feel like the best that's yet to come is that you're really going to be opening up to who you really are and becoming more authentic. And you're opening your heart. You're expanding your mind. You're changing the way you see yourself. I do see that this either physically or psychologically improves your appearance. So you see yourself as more beautiful or more attractive, more handsome. You see yourself as the fairest in the land. That's what Spirit just said. And that's the magic. Because any illusions or distortions of misperception of your body image or of the aging process or just how you see yourself in general, the masks are removed and your confidence is improved. I love it when I channel, I start to rhyme sometimes. And that's very fairy tale-esque too, isn't it? Rhyming and magic and beauty. Oh yeah, this is looking real good for you, group number 2. I would be excited if I were you. You have grandparent. You have a special bond with a grandparent that can never be broken. Ooh, this makes me think of fairy godmother. It's like fairy grandparent. I don't know. It's like somebody who looks out for you, somebody who cares deeply about your well-being, and as a result, they help you out in some way. Either they're helping you to see yourself more clearly, or they're providing something from you, because they're showing me in Cinderella when the fairy godmother comes and really just like pimps her out. You know what I mean? No, I don't mean like pimps her out literally. I mean like, you know, the show Pimp Your Ride. Who was that? Exhibit? Yeah. Anyway, feels like you're getting your ride pimped, you know, like you get selected, you win something or something randomly just happens and you go from rags to riches in some way, either literally or that's how you feel internally because your sense of self is improving pretty much overnight is what it feels like. It's a very drastic change. It's very sudden and abrupt, and it does feel like it's night and day. Like one day you're Cinderella and you're in rags and you're really getting abused and tortured, and then the next day you're going to the ball and you've got your glass slippers and your fancy dress and your carriage and footmen and all that. And then you're marrying the prince. It's like really fast turnaround on this change. And it's because there's some kind of force, magical, divine force that is looking out for you and wants to see your life situation and circumstances improve. And this starts with the truth. It starts with opening to the magic of the universe and of the magic that you are. So a perception change here is probably imminent. I think that's part of the blessing that is this best thing that is yet to come. And I just get this sense that it's going to be like a revelation where you're like, how did I not see myself this way before? How did I not see my worth? Because whatever this person or this being is that is bringing in this divine blessing for you, it really shows you your value. And it magnifies that for you and really emphasizes it to the point where you can see it. Maybe it was just so small and hidden before, masked and veiled, that you didn't see it. It was walled off from you. So of course you wouldn't acknowledge that and be able to perceive it clearly. But it's coming about. It's becoming clear. You see it, you receive it, and you start to change because of it, because you start to see yourself differently. And then these blessings are unfolding in your life in conjunction to that, or maybe even as a result of that. Okay, let's see. Reconsider. What are you reconsidering? Yes, you're reconsidering yourself and your perception of self. Right. So it's through this change in an approach or an outlook that you're able to reconsider something. And as you reconsider yourself, your position, your self-image, your identity even, everything else changes. Snake, desire and attraction. I feel like this is talking about you desiring to be something or someone else. It's like when you look in the mirror, do you wish that you looked like someone else? Or do you truly see your beauty? And I want you to ask yourself this right now. It's getting a little deep here, group number 2, but it is what it is. This is what Spirit wants to talk about. And the magic is in your perception. Now they're showing me that meme of where the kitten looks in the mirror and sees a lion. And this is not like self-deception or delusion or something like that. It's you're choosing to see yourself in a better light. And it's not egoic in the sense that you can't admit the truth. It's that you're seeing a much deeper and more profound truth than the illusion or the distortion of a false sense of self, whether it's aggrandized or deprecated, would be. So you see yourself as beautiful, not because you need to conform to any particular aesthetic value or current beauty standard, but because you inherently see and feel and know your worth below the surface. And you see that radiate out in every fiber of your being, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. That is what I'm seeing here. And that energy, that magic of your perception and the changing of that through will and maybe some kind of divine intervention. I see you attracting the best circumstances to you. I see you attracting magic, creating magic, and attracting everything that you actually desire deep down, rather than these surface level desires that would feed the ego and or the wounds. Instead, you are reconsidering what actually holds value and why it's important to you. And in that, you will start to attract the positive, aligned things that will actually fill you up and serve you at soul level. So these are big, profound, perceptual shifts in your state of consciousness, group number 2. This is very, very deep. Whereas in group 1, it was more external and change-oriented in terms of action. For you guys, this is something that's happening through you. And it's happening from within. It's behind your eyes, is what Spirit just said. It's happening behind your eyes. So in the mind and in the soul. This grandparent keeps coming up. So it feels like this is a guardian. It feels like a guardian angel or a guardian spirit. It could literally be a grandparent who is in spirit, a loved one on the other side, or somebody who's still here. They can act as, I just heard the word benefactor for you, supporting you in your growth, in your perception shift, helping you to see the truth, maybe through their love. They're reflecting back to you a side of you didn't see and helping you with self-acceptance and integration. Or maybe they're helping you to reconsider something by telling you the truth verbally, and in turn allowing you to release and let go. Because when I think of Elsa from Frozen, she was so repressed that she saw her magic as bad, and she was ashamed of her power. And it's only through her choice to just, in her words, let it go, that she finally actually learns to use it eventually, right? She makes some mistakes along the way because she doesn't know how to control it. She's scared of it. She doesn't want to hurt anybody, but she's been repressed for so long that she's not seeing herself and her magic clearly. And so what I'm seeing here is this guardian angel, whoever this person or being is, they help you to explore your power. And your power is all in your perception and in your intention and free will. So I'm seeing you starting to use that, and it opens up a world of opportunity. That's the phrase that Spirit just said. A world of opportunity in front of you and all around you, from within you, that actually begins to catalyze and manifest things that you really deeply desire. So for Elsa, that was self-discovery, using her power in a positive way without fear, and allowing love to be the guiding force of that magic and the utilization of it. And then, even going deeper than that, in the second movie, she discovers more about her heritage and where this magic actually came from in the first place, that it was not a curse. It was actually like an elemental type thing, and she's blessed by that. So it's finding and uncovering the truth, seeing yourself differently, and then working your magic in a completely new way. Let's get some charms for you, group 2. I want to see what else Spirit has to say. Okay, actually the first one I'm seeing right off the bat is the leaf, little silver leaf. Oops. Okay. Guess it wants to be on reconsider. I always place them on a particular card and I read it within that context or frame of reference. So you've got this little leaf here on reconsider. Oh, turning over a new leaf. Love that. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing here is you're turning over a new leaf in your approach to life, your perspective of yourself and how you work your magic. Maybe even your belief in magic might be changing. Maybe you lost hope. Maybe you got distracted by the desires of the mind or the ego or the wounds, or trying to fill the void from that disconnected place. And it's through this truth finally coming to light from within and you seeing yourself clearly for the first time in a long time that you're able to turn over a new leaf and reconsider maybe things that you thought you wanted. And it drives you in a completely different direction because you're like, well, what I thought I wanted doesn't actually feel satisfying to me anymore. So I'm going off in search of something that's actually going to give me a sense of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. And I think it's getting to know yourself better that helps you do that, right? Your values change because you change, because you're seeing yourself differently. Okay. Now, you have the green moon, and they just told me waxing moon is involved in this, waxing moon. So it could be around a waxing moon phase. I always remember it as wax on, wax off, like Mr. Miyagi. So I feel like the waxing on is the phase of the moon where it's growing in strength and it's approaching a full moon. So I get the sense that there's going to be something manifesting or coming into the light, because as I'm looking at that symbol of the full moon or the waxing crescent moon, it's gaining in strength. I feel like you're going to be gaining strength. You're going to be gaining in power, and something's going to be coming to fruition or manifesting, because the full moon is about the something comes to a crescendo and it starts to peak and release or come to fruition, or it's harvestable at that time. So there's something that you've desired and that you're attracting, that through this new approach, this new leaf that you're turning over, through this new perspective, you're actually going to see that unfold fairly quickly. Because when we're talking about moon phases, I think actually this would be something to look up. So if I find it, I will add the information in the video here. But the waxing moon to the full moon, however long that is, this is happening quickly for you. So the best is yet to come, fast, very fast. We will get timing after, and we'll pull a couple of tarot cards on that. But let's keep going with your charms here. You have a starfish, a little golden starfish. And I want to put it here on grandparent. So, they just gave me the word bond. There's a bond between you and this soul, this individual. Whether they're here or on the other side, there's a bond, and that keeps you connected. And you're two parts of the same energy, like you're cut from the same cloth kind of thing. And I just heard sensitivity. So this person could be very sensitive. You could be very sensitive, and you guys mirror each other in that way. But what they were showing me was almost like with a worm, if you cut it in half, it becomes two worms, and it's like, is it one worm? Is it the same worm, or is it different now? Because it's in half and it's two separate parts. I don't know. That's up to you to ask that question or answer that question. But you and a grandparent could have a very special bond, like cut from the same cloth, similar soul blueprints, things like that. And that's why there's like this connection and this profound sense of mirroring that helps to give you access to the truth in a new way. Yeah, it does feel like it's through the DNA somehow. Oh, it says bond right there. I wasn't even looking at that. Is that not what they just had me say? Something, it's a bond? Oh, I can't remember now. When I'm doing readings and I'm channeling, it's like poof, gone as soon as I have the thought or I say the word. I don't remember much of what I say. So anyway, bond, it says it right there. You have a special bond with a grandparent that can never be broken. There it is. Yeah, boom, just confirmation. Okay, anyway. We have the purple butterfly. I think that's purple. I'm slightly colorblind. And I want to put this on Truth Be Told. And I feel like this is one of the truths is going to be that you're realizing that you're beautiful, because butterflies are beautiful. And they go from caterpillars to butterflies. So again, it's two separate things that are actually the same thing. And it's just this transformation that changes the physical form. So yeah, you might be going through a physical transformation, just with the example of the worm being cut in half. Don't take that the wrong way. It's not like a violent thing. It's just these two energies creating something separate. The butterfly transforming and the example of Cinderella. So it really feels like there's some kind of a physical transformation you're going through. Maybe you're making some changes or going through a glow up in your physical appearance. Maybe you've changed your diet, or your approach to yourself shifts and your habits and lifestyle change because you're seeing yourself more clearly and loving yourself more deeply. Yeah, you could be doing something physically that's changing something about you physically, biologically, or aesthetically. But yeah, I'm seeing that you're going to be very happy with those changes because you're seeing a more authentic version of you in the mirror every time you look. And it makes you happy, gives you a sense of satisfaction. That's the magic. I'm like, I want to put this right here on the mirror. It's like every time you look in the mirror, you're like, I love me. You know, not just your physical self, but your whole entire being. Now, let's see, what is this? Oh, the unicorn. This always makes me think of innocence. So, and it looks kind of similar to the grandparent. So I feel like I'll just put it there. They're even in the same position, those two horses, even though one's an alicorn and one is a unicorn. Oh, right. You're the unicorn. Your grandparent or this guardian angel is the alicorn. So it's like they're just a slightly more evolved or even more powerful version because they have wings and the magical horn. And so they are helping you. The angel with the wings always remind me of angels too, right? So this is somebody who's very, very similar to you, very pure, very sensitive, very magical, very divine being, just like you. But they may be in spirit because the wings are on the unicorn there. So that could definitely be the case. But they look over you. Yeah, it's the fairy godmother vibe all the way. It's like you got a guardian angel that is working some serious magic in your life. Group number 2, serious magic. Now I'm really curious about this little charm. What does it say? God hath given you one conception and God hath given you one conception and make yourselves another. Let me see if you can see that. Wow. Okay. Let me see if the back is any different. No, it's the same. Look at that. If that isn't confirmation of what we've been seeing in this reading, it's like reconsidering how you see yourself, changing what you see in the mirror, really taking the mask off and seeing the authentic power, beauty, and magic within. God hath given you one conception and make yourself another. I don't even know contextually what that means in a biblical sense, but what I'm getting from it is that you are seeing yourself through the eyes of God. That is what changes everything. That is the magic. And that is what this fairy godmother, fairy grandparent, is helping you to see. Wow. Whew. Okay. So group 2, let's get some timing. Although we already sort of did with that moon phase there, but let's get some additional information here on timing. I do feel these 2 cards, 1 and 2. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're definitely doing some healing of your self-concept here. I feel like you're doing some physical healing. You're changing the way that you treat your body, and you're seeing yourself as more worthy and valuable. That is the best that is yet to come. And the result of that is, oh my gosh, mind-blowing. Because you finally are able to thrive and show your beauty for what it is and be confident and feel confident and secure within yourself. That's what I'm feeling. But yeah, we'll get to timing in a second. I want to see the other card here. We have the 7 of Cups reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. And the Seven of Cups is about perception, dreaming, fantasy, illusion, choices, emotional options. Here, so again, it's like you're changing the way that you see things, and then the way you see things changes as a result. Okay, so timing wise, we have the Five of Pentacles. They just said 5 months. Seven of Cups, 5 months and 7 days. But usually, actually, technically speaking, if we're doing the proper way of reading timing with tarot, it's Pentacles are years and Cups are months. So it'd be 5 years and 7 months. But I also, anytime I'm reading any cards or any charms or any form of divination, I am primarily using my intuition and my connection to spirit. And then secondarily, I will use any kind of human-made concepts or constructs or instructions. But it's always first and foremost the intuition, because that's why we do this in the first place. But yeah, they said 5 months and 7 days. So that is what I'm seeing here. And it could be 5 months and 7 days from the time that you watch the reading, but keep in mind that this is a general reading for many people. But if you were called to it, your soul was called to it at a particular time for a particular reason. And there could be a timeline within the next 5 months and 7 days that unfolds in this trajectory or towards this sort of a transformation. So that is what I see for you, group number 2. Really powerful, beautiful, profound reading. And I'm so excited to see that for you. The best really is yet to come, because you have not seen yourself this way yet. Even if you've done some work on improving your self-image, I really see this taking on a whole new level for you, a whole new sense of self, and the feeling and the transformation that you physically undergo and you experience around you in your behaviors, your choices, actions, your interpersonal relationships, everything is positively affected by that. So you change yourself, and then you change the way you interact with the world. It's beautiful. All right, guys, I'm sending you so much love, blessings, and internal recognition of your beauty. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this reading helped and supported you in some way, shape, or form. And if you guys want to support me and my work, you can like this video, subscribe to the channel, stick around and watch more readings. You can even become a member here on the channel. There's lots more members-only content available. So we've got pick a card readings, weekly guidance, and monthly live streams where members can ask me personal questions or receive psychic readings and healings from me directly. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one for even more in-depth and personal value, I am currently taking on clients, so you can take a look at the options on my website, which is linked in the description below. It's tarotandbeyond.com. I have 2 options available currently, and one of them is an intuitive tarot reading. The other is a psychic form of reading and energy healing at soul level. So if you guys are interested, check those out, and see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your best is yet to come reading. So if you guys chose the pink cupcake with the little butterscotch cherry on top, then this is going to be your reading. So let's take a look at your cards. You have, Olympus. This has actually been coming out a lot in the readings lately, which I'm always interested to see, because it means that there's some kind of a collective theme going on. So Olympus always makes me think of like it's the realm of the gods. So the best is yet to come, most certainly here for you, group 3. Feels like something very powerful. I just got the word fated as well, fated or destined. Okay, I'm channeling some stuff already, but I want to see the rest of the cards. So you have TikTok. I think it was actually these 2 cards that came out in one of the other readings. I think it was a members only reading, but I can't remember which one. I'll have to rewatch them. Anyway, TikTok, best friends, true friends stick together no matter what. Oh, I love that. Okay. And you're ready. It's time for something, that is for sure. This is happening fast. Fast. Group number 3. And we have the moon cycles and change. Yeah, I can definitely see that there. timing the moon. This is very much about cycles and change. Okay, so what is the best that is yet to come for you? Group 3. I almost said group 1. Sorry, group 3. If you felt called to group 1, maybe check that one out too. Okay, so... I just heard it's time for you to step into a position of power and leadership. But you're not going to be doing it alone, group number 3. You're going to be doing it with friends, or there's going to be support from friends, soul mates, people who you know at soul level, who you're connected to. They're part of your soul family or soul tribe at a larger scale. And there's going to be, like mutual support and the divine timing of these interactions or connections or collaborations are really helping you to step into your true power. And that's the best that is yet to come, is that you are going to be stepping into a power that you have never known. That's what Spirit just said. A power that you have never known. What does that mean, Spirit? A power beyond... Yeah, they did say a power beyond your wisdom and control. Now, that doesn't necessarily sound good. So how is this the best, Spirit? The power will be tempered and used in right mind. Now, that could be literal right mind, as in the right side of the brain, creatively, intuitively, holistically, or that could be metaphor for using it in the right way, like for good or in alignment. I think it's both. I think that's why they used that phrase, because Spirit will do that. They will use a turn of phrase to mean two things at once. Yeah, they just said, why wouldn't you? Two birds, one stone, If you can have something with a double meaning that both applies, then why wouldn't you? It's more efficient. That's what they said. Makes sense. Okay, so group number 3, you're going to be stepping into a power that you've previously not had. And that's why it's beyond your wisdom in terms of the experience you've had, and it's beyond your control in the sense that it's something you haven't learned to control yet. But you will. And that's why this is a best outcome, is because you're going to learn to control this power and use it responsibly. And it's going to be very holistic. That's why the moon is here, because the moon is like the connection to the subconscious mind, what's below the surface, the emotional realm, the emotional body, and the capacity for psychic awareness as well. So I feel like this is very spiritual for you. This power could be connected to some kind of spiritual or esoteric pursuits or knowledge. You may have friends in your soul family in that way who are kind of on the same path as you, and you're supporting one another in stepping into this new power dynamic, is what they just said, new power dynamic. It's like you're ready to take on this responsibility, because with power comes responsibility. Favorite quote. You guys have probably heard me say it a lot if you're here on the channel frequently. Great power comes with great responsibility. I think it was Uncle Ben who said that in the Spider-Man comics. And it's true. And that's why power is really only spiritually granted to those who can be responsible with it, who can prove that they can control it. Otherwise, you end up hurting yourself or others, or both. And so I'm seeing here that if you're going to be granted with the power of the gods, so to speak, and in human terms, this could just be being in a leadership position and being responsible for people and their well-being, or, a large something, company. I want to say like company or corporation. So this could be business for sure. And I'm getting like itchy. My eyes get itchy, and I start like touching my face a lot when there's something that is coming to the surface and it's a little bit uncomfortable. So I feel like the process of stepping into this power is probably uncomfortable for you. And I was going to say is going to be uncomfortable, but I said is uncomfortable. So I feel like you're already in this, or you're in the beginning stages of this at the very least. So by stepping into this power, you are kind of needing to see things differently and shift the way that you see yourself, the world, your responsibility, what you're doing, what you're creating for yourself. And it's that is really kind of making a little bit of aggravation. But I think that that's part of learning to control this power. And the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. And they're saying, but you're ready now. So, like, it's okay, go for it. And you usually, when you do anything in life, you start before you're ready. Not significantly before you're ready, like not too soon, but you start when you have just enough knowledge or experience, but not necessarily the whole kit and caboodle to be able to do what you are setting out to do. So you start when you're not ready, but you're somewhat prepared. Does that make sense? And that's kind of what I'm seeing here is like you might feel like you're not ready to step into this role or to have this level of responsibility or this level of power, but they're saying that you are. And even though you're not 100% ready right now, maybe you're like 50% of the way, you're going to get the other 50% by just doing it. And it's through the experience of it that you learn to control, that you learn to be responsible, that you learn to use and work with this gift. Because it does feel like a gift. And you're going to have friends who help you with that no matter what. True friends stick together no matter what. So through time, through cycles, through change, through shifts in power, you will have friends that stand by your side. They're like your day one homies. These are like, I'm hearing in my head the song Drake, No New Friends. Because when you get into that position of power, you can't really know who to trust at that point because you don't know if they're just in it for your money or your power or your influence or whatever it is. So I feel like you're going to have like day one friends who have been around since before you were in this position of leadership or responsibility or power who you can really trust. They're not yes men, like they're not there to just inflate your ego and tell you what you want to hear so that they can get what they want. They're really going to be honest with you, loyal, through thick and thin. They're showing me like rainy weather, and it's like literally through the best and the worst times, through in sickness and in health. This could even be like a best friend who's a partner, because it's almost like I'm hearing like wedding vows and stuff, so it's that kind of commitment, if nothing else, right? If it's not literal, it's just that kind of loyalty and long-term commitment that I see from this particular friend or friend group. So you're ready individually, you're ready, you've got the backing at soul level from your friends and family, at those soul tribe members, and this change is underway. I feel like you're catalyzing something, or you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and you're going to be leading. Yeah, you're going to be leading. I just keep seeing that, group 3. You're going to be possibly conducting ceremonies for somebody out there. I saw somebody doing like a goddess circle. You are going to be leading groups of people, predominantly women is what I just saw for one of you or some of you. Somebody might live in LA. They're showing me the palm trees there in this card. Can you see that? Hold on. There we go. So that's not a message for everyone, but that's for someone specific. And I see you climbing the ladder, the ladder to success. It's like you keep either getting promoted or you keep promoting yourself if you're self-employed or entrepreneur. And if you've been considering doing something that would put you in that position to level up, they're saying the time is now. You're ready. Do it. Go ahead. Like, start before you're ready, because you're already most of the way ready, and the rest of it will come as you do it. So don't worry. You're competent, group number 3. That's what Spirit wants to say. You're competent, and the best really is yet to come as a result of this, because you will see how your power adapts and changes and how you evolve through that process of stepping into that power, leadership, responsible position. Let's get some charms now for you guys. And then we'll do timing as well with the tarot, but I want to start with the charms. Yeah. Okay. The first one I see is the shell in the jar. Hold on, let me show you. Isn't that pretty? I love these charms. Thank you to the donor who sent these in for us. And I want to put it actually between cycles and change and the moon and best friends. So I feel like, these people have been through many, many lifetimes with you. That's what I'm seeing. And that's why I'm saying that they're not just best friends, they're soul family. And these people are intrinsically loyal. Unwavering is the word that Spirit just gave me. Unwavering. It's like they will stick through you through the storms. And no matter what changes, these souls are here for you, to support you in your evolution, and vice versa. You support them in theirs. So it's a mutually symbiotic relationship where everybody wins, and there's mutual, just deep, profound love and appreciation and respect. So I'm seeing that these changing cycles of the moon are helping you to evolve and up level, because the shell makes me think of, those crustaceans that move from one shell to the next. And even though there's change happening and adaptation and, there's shifts occurring, these people are still with you, supporting you through all of these relocations or repositions or massive changes that are happening in your life over time. And we have another sea creature here and a reference to the moon. So we've got the moon. So I'm going to put that there on moon. And then we've got this other sea creature too. And I just heard Santa Barbara. If somebody lives in Santa Barbara, that could be a particular message for you, or maybe there's going to be something happening there, a moon ritual or a ceremony that you'll be putting on eventually. I don't know. But there's, evolution that I'm seeing here, and it's through these cycles, it's through time, and it's through a matrix is what they just said. The moon matrix is actually something that karmically ties souls to earth and keeps us in the reincarnation cycle. Now, in this context, in a positive light, this is actually talking about, they did just give me the word emancipation. So freeing yourself from the moon matrix is getting out of the cycle of reincarnation where you hit moksha, or your dharma exceeds your karma, and you're able to then, through free will at soul level, rise to a state of being and consciousness embodiment where you don't have to just loop back again and again. But I also see that these people, these souls, have been with you, and they just said through many moon matrices. Okay, so there's more than one on other planets and in other galaxies is what they're showing me in my mind. Really cool. I'm like zooming through space right now, and they're showing me all the moon matrices that are set up around different planets and solar systems to facilitate souls' incarnations, the cycles, how long they're set for, the learning and the power and the evolvement, that's not even a word, but evolve, the cycle of evolution that is required of each particular soul to transcend and emancipate themselves from that matrix. And that's what they were showing me here with the bunny here. You've got like the Alice in Wonderland bunny, and that's kind of like a different world, a little bit of a wonky world, but it's like the Matrix, right? It's a different world. And these people have been with you through many different cycles of incarnation here and elsewhere. So that's what I mean by soul family. Like, you guys have been fam for life for millennia, beyond time and space. So it's, a lot bigger. I want to see this. What does it say? She believed she believed she could, so she did. And I feel like people, your soul tribe family friends here are believing in you. And so you believe in you because you're seeing that reflected back, and you're integrating that or internalizing that in a good way. And the more you believe in yourself, the more you're going to be able to accomplish this goal. And you're doing it together, right? Again, you're not doing it alone. So it's not lonely at the top in this case. It's actually quite pleasant at the top, because you really get to be in this heaven state with your soul family. Oh my God, I almost want to cry. Because it feels so peaceful and connected and whole. It's like you're not alone anymore, and you're fully embodied in your power, in your God divine creator. It's like the Olympus, the home of the gods. You finally come home. Remember who you are, and all your fellow God soul sisters and brothers are there. And it's like it's both a reunion and also a triumph for you and the particular souls who have been with you through this journey. So it's like you guys arrive at Heaven's Gate together at Olympus, and you're like, we did it. We did it. Full body shivers right now. Like spiritual confirmation of profound truth. That's what those are. You're going to be in the clouds. Look at that. You got this cloud. I didn't even see that there. And it's like Olympus in the clouds. So you're on cloud 9. You're ascending above that matrix. You're transcending. You are, leaving the limitation of this particular incarnational matrix system for souls, and really achieving this greatness, not just in the human sense, because that is part of it. Yeah, you're gonna have power, you're gonna have money, you're gonna have responsibility and be in a leadership position, but it's not about that. It's not just so you can leave a legacy of money or information or a business. It's because your soul is ascending to a new level of empowerment. And the power, the human version of that power that you're stepping into in this lifetime is like one small little fraction of that, but it's representative of the larger cycles that you've been going through and the conclusion of this major karmic loop. So you're finalizing it. You're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and they just showed me you burning the contract. It's like it's done. The contract to keep you recycling is done. You're done. After this lifetime, you're free. You can go wherever you want. You're not in school anymore. You graduated, okay? Wow. And the leaf here, you're leaving it all behind. You're like, okay, it's time to go. Not yet. You've still got a lot of work to do here, but when your time comes at the end of this particular incarnation, you're free. You're liberated. Yeah, moksha. They keep saying moksha. So you're able to leave the matrix, the time-space matrix that this third dimensional Earth is built around, or within, whatever way you're looking at it. Ooh, you got the keys to life. They just showed me her holding up the Ankh in her hand. So you have the keys to eternal life, because that's what the Ankh represents. Eternal life. And you're achieving immortality. That's the gods, right? Gods are immortal. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are immortal to begin with. As souls, we can't die. But when we get trapped in incarnation loops, we start to identify with that mortality. So what I'm seeing is that by breaking free from this cycle, graduating from this loop, freeing yourself, emancipating from the matrix, you are remembering and fully embodying that immortality once more with all of the knowledge, experience, and power that you learned to embody through your experiences here in these lifetimes and in other galaxies and in other planets and solar systems as well, with these beautiful soul tribe family that you have. Wow. Oh my God. So beautiful. Group number 3. Okay, we're not done yet. Let's get some timing on this. Okay, those 2. And they want a bonus one for you guys. I only got 2 for the other ones, but we'll just take a look at these. The Wheel of Fortune. Why am I not surprised? Again, this refers to time, cycles. It's like you've got 3 cards in your reading talking about the exact same thing. And they just gave me the word transcendence. Yep, so you'll be transcending that matrix of time and cycles. The Wheel of Fortune is also about karma. So that's what you're transcending. You're transcending the karma. But in timing, we'll check that timing in context in a second. And you have the Tower in reverse. The Tower. Yeah, I feel like the Tower is the structure of the third dimensional reality and false power structures. And by crumbling it, by breaking free, you're stepping into your true power. It's sovereignty, really, is what that is, sovereignty. You are a sovereign creator being, and you understand that, and you're no longer limited to the principles of the third dimensional reality. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Swords. You're breaking through the illusion, also in reverse. And they showed me the circus tent in the background, and they're like, you're no longer invested in that circus that is the third dimensional reality. You see it for what it is. You break through the illusion, you take your power back, and you free yourself. Part of that is going to be stepping into this power in this leadership position in this lifetime as the version of you that you are now. And then part of it is at the end of this lifetime when you step out of the incarnational cycle. So in terms of timing, when it comes to perhaps stepping into this role that is helping you to fulfill this much larger destiny, years. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune does take years. It's much larger cycles of change. But the Tower is pretty abrupt. Even though it takes a long time to build it, when it crumbles, it happens fast. And the Seven of Swords is air. Air energy is very quick moving as well. And when I think of circuses, they don't stay in one place for too long, right? They kind of, they set up, they're there for a week or a weekend, and then they pack it all up and move on to the next town. So I feel like despite the fact that we have some slower moving energy here with the Wheel of Fortune and even the Tower, I feel like actually things move really quickly. And so that's why they're saying like, you're ready now, not some point in the foreseeable future. Like, you are ready now, group number 3. The clock is ticking and your time is precious here. These human incarnations are finite. So we really do have to make the best of them and really pack a lot of soul level experience into a very, very condensed period of time. That's the matrix, right? Time. So I really want to see you, and this is me and spirit speaking as one, I really want to see you stepping into your power and transcending any previous limitations that you held, consciously or subconsciously. I want to see you knowing your godness, being that, empowering others, standing with those loyal comrades in arms at soul level that you have with you wherever you go, and evolving, helping others to do the same thing, maybe even teaching or leading and guiding in that respect. Believe you can and you will. It is destined. It is so. All right. So that is what I see for you, group number 3. Incredibly profound reading. I am blown away and a little lost for words now at the very end of all of that speaking. So I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I love you and appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. You can do so by liking, sharing, subscribing. You can send super thanks or donations if you feel called to. You can support the channel through a membership here for additional content and value. We've got pick a card readings on the member side of the channel. There's tutorials and stuff, and more of those are coming. My own personal deep dive into spiritual knowledge, wisdom, experiences, tips, and tricks, and also monthly live streams where members can ask me questions, personal questions for themselves, or receive healing from me. And if you guys want to work with me more on like a one-on-one personal basis, I am accepting clients right now. And if there are spots available, you can book through my website, which is linked in the description box below. It's tarotandbeyond.com, and you can see the options there. I do intuitive tarot readings as well as psychic and soul level healing. So check that out, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.